Welcome back to Bee Loft by Liptech. We are here in the backyard apiary watching a drone struggle here. I don't know if it can't fly, if it's old, ready to die, or it went out on a mating flight and can't make it back. But today is Tuesday, May 13th, 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 24 degrees Celsius. We have Peyton here panting. We just went on a walk, and we have our bees flying out of the, well, we'll call it the third hive now, and then, or maybe the fourth hive. And then we have the swarm hive here that we have to check today, because I will be leaving town and I won't be able to get back to check the bees. And then that is the hive that the bees swarmed out of. And I made two more splits there. So technically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hives here. Stay tuned and we'll get into these hives. Like I said, we're in the backyard apiary. I want to show off my shirt here. Kimberly made this for my birthday last week. Of course, Jordan made the logo, but Kimberly made this. So it was one of a kind, only one, and we'll see if we end up eventually getting merch one day, but right now, this is all we got. So stay tuned, we'll get into all these bees here. Just got to put the suit on, we'll be ready to go. Okay, so we're going to pop into the swarm hive here, see what the latest and greatest is here. Hopefully we can find a queen. If we do, we will attempt to mark her. Try not to block the bees over here. I meant to turn this hive around so it'd be facing the front, but never got around to that. So lots of bees here, as you can see. Looking good. This was just a massive swarm, and I think it swarmed again. And you can see all the bees there. I think it swarmed again. My wife had sent me a picture. I'll try to include that on here. It looked like they were gathering for a secondary swarm the day after we caught them. But I didn't get home in time, and I have no idea where they went. But, I mean, this is just full here. So I do have a queen excluder on, which is great, because we know that the queen shouldn't be up top here. Because I put this super on, hoping that the bees would come up and fill it. I probably should have put the hog half comb over here, which I still might do, depending on how these bees look today. They need more room, and then maybe I can get some comb honey this year. Let's see what's going on here. Oh boy, that's heavy. Oh, that's full of nectar, looking good. So yeah, I think I might move that over here if it's not drawn. Because I put it on last year and it didn't get drawn at all. And I don't know if I was too late putting it on, or the flow just wasn't that great, or the queen excluder, you know, because there's some people call it the honey excluder, not the queen excluder. But obviously you can see they were putting nectar up here in this comb, no problem. So I'm going to put this back in here, close this up. Or not close it up, but move on to the next box. And we're going to go queen hunting and see if we can find her. Again, this should be last year's queen, unless they had a virgin queen in there and she requeened, because it's been, today's the 13th, it was the 28th, I believe they swarmed. So that's 15 days. It's a little close on the mating and the eggs and stuff, but let me get my magnifying glass out. Trusty. Got pollen up. I got a bee with pollen right here. If you can, yeah, she's crawling back down. Got my little magnifying glass here. I'll help look for the queen. Let me pause you. Get down to these lower boxes. Okay, so there's definitely nectar flow on. The bees are drawing lots of comb. I had trouble picking a spot to get into this hive because they have drawn this comb fatter than I could get in here. And this outer frame here was a frame I think just had a foundation strip on it. And they are drawing it kind of crazy, which I'll show that to you here. That's why I'm coming back in on the camera now. Pull this up. You can see they're slowly drawing that down. And you can see how they connected it right there. And just slowly getting there. So they're doing a great job of drawing the comb, but I think it was a partial comb that was, so I'm just going to put it back here, keep it supported with that wall, and we'll see what the bees do with it. Keep an eye on that. Let's go to this next frame here. Slowly get into the hive. I might pause you again because these videos can get kind of long as we break into the hive. Oh, we got brood. Nice. This was a drawn frame. We got cap brood, so there's definitely a queen in here. And they're starting to backfill. There's a bunch of drone brood, some fresh brood, so let's see if we can find some larvae. See some drone larvae on this side. And then they're starting to cap these right there. I can't, right? There we go, moved them into the lens. They're starting to cap those. You can see the pollen on a bee there. So let me put this back in. This is a heavy frame. They're starting to cap that honey. The queen shouldn't be on this one. I would say this definitely needs another super on top of it. So I'm going to have to go into the garage. I'm going to check this hog half set. Put that on top here probably, because I really want to get that drawn out. And swarms do a great job of drawing comb. If you need comb drawn, your swarm is your best opportunity to get that. Let me smoke these bees just a little bit. I got a little anxious, and I think I'm blocking the hive for the other box here. But if I'm going to find the queen, sooner than later is better. So this, like I said, this might not have been a virgin queen. Could be the old queen came over. Yeah, they're backfilling all the brood as it emerges. So this one is not attached at the bottom, so I do not want to flip that at all. I could end up dropping the whole frame of brood out. I don't want to drop any brood. I want this hive to grow, expand, be a great honey producer. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. This is all laid up. And they're backfilling. So this queen is looking for a place to lay, so I need to get another box on here. Maybe they'll move some of this honey up. I might give up on searching for the queen here. I'm just finding cap brood after cap brood after cap brood, and it's been 2 weeks. So here's some larvae, but a lot of, wow, a lot of honey, a lot of capped honey there. So let me look one more frame. Try not to squish any of these bees in between the frames when I set them back in, and then I uncapped a little bit of honey there when I separated the frame. So I'm trying to make sure that the bees aren't getting squished back together when I kind of put it back together where the gap comes in. Whew, lots of drone brood. Okay, yeah, I'm going to give up on looking for this queen. She's doing a great job of laying, and that's all I really care about. I mean, if I can mark my queen, I prefer to. But so this box just needs needs more room. They're doing a great job. These bees are exploding. Just slowly put this back in. Try not to squish the bees. There we go. You smoke them again because they're. And we'll move on over to the other hive, other two splits I made, and see how those are doing. There we go. So I'll slowly slide this back together because I got my beetle trap here, and the bees like to get in between. So if you go slow, they will crawl out of the way, and then we can push. Get a little more smoke. Get them out of that gap. This bee's eating some honey or something. I could probably put a third deep on here and have them draw it out. But I'm going to see what's going on with this hog half set over here. And put it on this box, I think, if it's not drawn at all. Shake the bees out of it. So I'll show you this kind of wonky comb here. This frame isn't the best, but you can see how they. See if I can get a good grip. We're starting to draw this down here. I don't want that. Call that wonky comb, funky comb, and we'll just cut that off and let the bees eat that honey, and we'll get this frame out of here at some point. Slowly put it back in. Oh, this bee tried to sting me here in the glove, and there's the stinger, but that's all right. Let me pause you for a moment. Okay, so the bees really haven't done anything, so I smoked the heck out of them, got them out of the hog half set, moved it from what would be the 4th hive over to this 5th hive, the swarm hive, and still has wax foundation. They didn't peel any of that off, it doesn't look like, so hopefully these bees will move up in here. I might spray it with some sugar water or something one day, but I don't want to put sugar water in here at all because I don't want them making honey out of sugar. I just want pure honey. So we'll see how this is when I come back in 2 weeks. I won't have Anita or Jordan come and check them like I do sometimes. And I'm going to close this one up and then move back over to this other hive. Pull this up here. We're just going to drop these bees in like so. And we'll close this up. And we'll get on to checking the other hives. See if we got queens in those. With only 4 frames to check, it should be a lot easier. So hold on. Okay, moment of truth on this hive. I'm going to pop it open. I got to put Reflectix on one side. Oh, I already got it on there. Oh, but I don't have a half like this one. So for now, I'm going to fold this one back and then I'll replace it with the half. So we'll start with the left side. Oh, hive beetles. See some hive beetles. They're not good. Bees are doing a good job of collecting that on there. Let's kill the hive beetles. It doesn't look like there's too many bees in here. That's okay. I'm going to use this brick. I'm just going to gently lay it on here. There we go. And we'll see if we got any eggs. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Not a lot of bees, but there are bees in here, which is good. I was thinking that they'll need more room. Said hopefully I have enough time. I didn't ruin the queen's mating here. She got back and she's doing okay. So this is nectar and pollen on this frame. Let me set that all aside here. And then I'm looking for a queen. There's a queen cell that did emerge right there. You can see how I know it emerged since the bottom is cut out. So there should be a queen in here. She might not have mated yet. Pulling in lots of nectar. So that's looking pretty good. Just back down in here and check the next frame. No eggs yet. Disappointing so far. Again, this is all nectar and pollen, so not very good. There's a hive beetle. I'm gonna see if I can knock that hive beetle off and kill it. Get my magnifying glass here and see if I see anything. I'm not seeing a queen yet. I'm not seeing any eggs. It's disappointing. I don't know if I can give this 2 more weeks. We got one more frame here. Said I see some hive beetles at the bottom. Try one more frame. Again, nectar. I do not see a queen. Doesn't hurt to look twice. So I might have to go back to that first hive and pull some eggs over here and see if they can make a queen and get her out to mate. And give them some brood to boost them. I am not seeing a queen, even though it looks like one did emerge. And there's not that many bees here. You can see there might be, 1,000 bees, 2,000 bees total, maybe at most. Which isn't very much. So let's go back to here. This is one of those cases where you could give it another week and there might be, a queen. But by the time she gets back, there's not a lot of room for her to mate or to lay eggs because they're backfilling with nectar so far. And I don't see a queen on this one. So I'm going to give that a second. Put that back down in here. Yeah, no, I don't see a queen on this one, so I'd say that's a no-go on this one. So we'll see how the other one looks and whether I want to try to put some eggs in here or not. Some larvae. So I'm going to take this half one and stick it on here as I pull this other one off. Go this way. Put the brick on here. Hold it temporarily. And we'll pop this other side. There's hive beetles. Get those real quick. A lot more bees on this side, so that's a positive. Usually more bees gives you a better chance of having a queen. So let me shake those bees off of there. Move my frame rest over here. Looks like I need to give a little room, a little tight. I think the queen cell was here on this third one. There we go. So I'm going to pull the end frame since I got the room to do it. It's a nice thing about the 4-frame box, it has a little extra room. So I give a room for the queen to get in there. And they have packed this out, all nectar, bee bread. Bee bread is pollen with little honey nectar mixed into it. This side's mostly nectar. So let's stick that out here this side for the moment. You can see right here there's some nectar that dripped out. A lot more bees on this side. This is basically a small swarm that I created when I moved the bees over, and they might have gotten confused flying out. They might have came back to this side. It's very possible. Let's see what we got here. This is full of nectar. They're starting to cap it off up here at the top. Hopefully I'm getting this on the video. Go this side. Again, backfilling on this side too. Lots going on there. Let's go to the next frame. Hopefully we don't have to look at this one twice. This one's heavy too. These bees are doing a great job of backfilling. Yep, we got a queen right here. She is moving around great. That's her right there, looking great. So I'm going to definitely give them another box on top. I'm just going to put her back. I was going to mark her, but I'm going to let her till I get cap brood. I don't want to mark her, so I'm just going to leave that there. I'm going to put another box on top of them. I'm going to put an empty frame down here. Let me walk over here and grab that. See, that's a blue box, so I'm going to keep blue box with blue box. Okay. Let me set this down right here. So I'm going to take this empty frame, stick this one down below here, and give them room. Actually, I'm going to slide it towards the middle. Now they'll have something to draw, something to work on. And hopefully when I come back in 2 weeks, these bees will be full of brood and we'll have drawn this whole frame here. So I'm just going to space those out. And I'm going to take this frame and I'm going to stick it on the outside of this box. So I got another empty frame here, and I got 2 drawn frames in here. I'm going to put that on here gently. Okay. So I'm going to have my frame rest out of the way. We're going to spin this around. So this way I have undrawn frame underneath here, undrawn frame here. And hopefully the bees will work up into that. And then I have my 2 drawn frames that need a little cleaning up. The bees will take care of that, so that's exciting. We do have 1 new hive for sure. And we'll keep our fingers crossed that something shows up in this other hive. Otherwise it could be very messy. Like I said, I'll probably put some brood in there just to give them an opportunity. So I'm going to take my Reflectix here, put that on top there, and go grab the other box. Take this Reflectix off. Okay, and then I'm going to take this undrawn frame out and give it to that swarm hive. I have to change my date. I got a 24 here from last year. This is one of the frames I re-waxed. I'm going to put that right there. Put a light brick on top of it. Light brick. Gently lay the brick across the top here to keep that from blowing off. And then I'll put a frame and brood in here, and we'll see how it goes. So hold on, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I took 2 frames from the swarm hive, put them here, and these are 2 drawn frames. There are eggs and larvae on this frame, and we have cap brood, so that will boost the bees here in a few days and help them. So hopefully I put enough bees in there they can draw a couple queen cells. Hopefully the queen does come back and get in there, and we're going to move on to this last hive real quick and see if I have a queen in there. Okay, so a quick wrap up here. I checked the first hive here, did not find queen. I did not go in the bottom box. I kind of stayed to the deep. Hopefully next time I'll find a queen. And then the 2 splits here, the left one had a queen, the right one did not, so I added a couple frames from this hive here, giving them a little more room. And I put the hog half set on top of here, so the bees have to go through the hog half set up into the honey super that's on there through the queen excluder. So hopefully they'll draw that all out by the time I come back. And then this hive here is filling up pretty good. Probably will need another box by the time I come back. Might need a new box before then, but I'll see what I have in the garage that I can get on there. Might put on something tomorrow before I head out of town. And then you see Hermie had all his toys over here. Got a little Muddy. We'll put him on camera. He's a little Muddy here. Aren't you, Hermie? Got more toys. So, but kind of a jumper. He's a fraidy cat, but he's a happy dog. And then Peyton's getting a little old. He's almost 13. Getting a little slow, but what do you expect when you're that old for a dog? So, thanks for watching Bee Loft by Liptak. We'll see you on the next video. Much appreciated. Please like and subscribe.